When looking at a plate of modern processed food, we usually worry about calories, but the real danger inside is a chemical chain reaction. These everyday foods act like an invisible biological switch. The moment they break down in your gut, they transform a clean, stable cellular environment into a highly acidic host for chronic disease. Most of us are just eating the standard diet we were handed, unaware of the silent damage happening beneath the surface. Today, we're identifying exactly which dietary staples are creating this internal acid bath. We're breaking down the science of how they alter your chemistry and a simple 80-20 rule to help your body naturally protect itself. We have the power to consciously engineer a biology that resists disease by changing the very environment where our cells live. To understand this, a healthy body maintains blood pH in a narrow window, between 7.35 and 7.4. But when that environment drops to a cellular pH of 5.5, the chemistry changes. At this acidic level, pathogens like yeast, fungus, and cancer find conditions to thrive. The primary culprits driving this drop are acid-forming minerals, specifically phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine. The Western diet delivers massive, concentrated doses of these minerals through red and processed meats. We have normalized the daily consumption of these heavy proteins, despite their chemical impact. The research of Dr. Colin Campbell demonstrated exactly how these proteins dictate our cellular health. He found that by adjusting the volume of meat and dairy provided in a laboratory setting, researchers could turn cancer cells on and off like a biological switch. As animal protein intake increased, the disease followed right alongside it. Animal protein functions as an environmental thermostat, directly controlling whether the cellular environment remains stable or becomes a breeding ground for disease. Proteins are only half the equation. For thousands of years, humans consumed ancient grains like einkorn wheat, which had a fragile, easily digestible gluten structure. In the 1950s, wheat was aggressively crossbred to increase crop yields. The goal was to produce more grain per acre to address global starvation. This hybridization created an incredibly complex gluten structure that the human gut struggles to break down. This explains the modern surge in symptoms like chronic bloating and brain fog. Refined sugar is the second modern saboteur. While it appears pH neutral on the shelf, it becomes highly destructive once it enters the metabolic process. When the liver processes sugar, it produces acidic byproducts like lactic and acetic acid, which immediately increase the body's internal acid load. To neutralize this threat, the body extracts alkaline minerals like calcium and magnesium directly from your bones to act as a chemical buffer. These staples create a biological double threat. They dump acid into your blood while simultaneously robbing your body of the minerals it needs for defense. Scientists use PRAL, potential renal acid load, to measure the acidic residue left behind after digestion, identifying the specific burden on the kidneys. Because dairy products are high in protein and phosphorus, they produce acidic compounds that force the kidneys into overdrive to maintain neutrality. Aged cheeses are particularly problematic. The mold content and high phosphorus levels contribute to a significant spike in the body's internal acid load. Caffeine acts as another major acidic trigger. In modern diets, it is frequently consumed as a toxic cocktail combined with high doses of refined sugar. Alcohol compounds this environmental damage by breaking down into acetaldehyde, a neurotoxin that drastically degrades the quality of the cellular environment. These normalized daily rituals exhaust the body's regulating systems hour by hour, eventually pushing ourselves into a state of chronic inflammation. The good news is, you don't have to eliminate these foods entirely to see results. Absolute avoidance is rarely necessary to maintain a healthy pH. The human body is equipped with internal buffering systems designed to handle moderate amounts of acid. We simply have to stop overwhelming those systems. We can manage this through a sustainable dietary framework, the 80-20 rule. By ensuring 80% of your diet consists of alkaline-forming greens and legumes, you leave 20% of your intake for cleaner, acid-forming foods, like specific healthy greens and nuts. Adopting this 80-20 ratio allows you to manually alter your internal terrain. It strips away the acidic fuel that feeds chronic inflammation, creating an environment specifically designed to resist the growth of disease.